Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Friends and family, it is with great affection for Duane and Sharon that we have gathered today to witness and bless their union in marriage. To the sacred moment, they bring the fullness of their hearts as a treasure and a gift to share with one another, and through them, with each of us as well. In addition to honoring each of us, they have asked us to especially welcome Duane's family, the Zook family, who traveled many miles to be here today, and some through some storms, I think, as well. But they're here, and Sharon is very proud to welcome them to her home state of New Mexico. So thank you for being here. And in addition, we have some other travelers in the house today, and that is Sharon's brother, Kenneth, and his daughter, Alicia, who came in yesterday, I think, and on somewhat short notice. So we're happy to have them here as well, as we are happy to have everyone in attendance today. So thank you again for being here. Sharon and Duane bring the dreams that bind them together in an eternal commitment. They bring their gifts and talents, their unique personalities and spirits, and today we will unite them into one being as they build their life together. We rejoice with them in thankfulness for the union of their hearts, built on friendship, respect, and love. Duane and Sharon would like to invite you to bow your heads now for a moment, just for a moment of remembrance for some people that can't be here today physically, and some of them you'll see some pictures in the back of the room honoring them as well. Duane and Sharon have asked that you keep in your hearts Sharon's father, Harold, and grandmother, Piedad, also known as Aunt Pi, as well as Duane's father, Vance, and his brother, Dudley. Although we cannot see you, we know that you are here. We feel the warmth of your smile and sense that you are here with us, watching over us, as we say, I do. You will always stay forever in our hearts. We think of you with love as we state our intentions today. With love, we remember you always. Thank you. 2 lives, 2 people, so very different, yet very similar. Together, you stand as one, sharing your future as it comes. The past is that, just past. Buds are yet to blossom. With care and trust, the best is yet to be revealed. Honesty and kindness are the fruits of love. Bless this day and all days to enrich you, so your love will never end. Doubly blessed is the couple which comes to the marriage altar with the approval and blessings of family and friends. Who has the honor today of presenting Sharon to be married to Duane? Thank you. Duane and Sharon, hand in hand, you enter marriage. Hand in hand, you step out in faith. The hand you freely give to each other is both the strongest and the tenderest part of your body. In the years ahead, you will need both strength and tenderness. Be firm in your commitment. Don't let your grip become weak, and yet be flexible as you go through change. Don't let your hold become intolerable. Strength and tenderness, firm commitment and flexibility, of such is a marriage made hand in hand. Even in your righteousness about a subject, when you try to push your righteousness towards another who disagrees, no matter how right you may be, it causes more pushing against. And that's Law of Attraction 101. In other words, it isn't until you stop pushing that any real allowing of what you want can take place. And remember that you don't walk this path alone. Don't be afraid to reach out to others when together you face difficulty. Other hands are there, friends, family, the community around you. To accept an outreached hand is not an admission of failure, but rather it's an act of faith. For behind us, underneath us, and around us all are the outstretched arms. Please face each other now. The ring finger of the left hand, the side of the body that holds the heart, has long been used for the wedding band because for centuries people believed that there was a vein that ran directly from that finger into the heart. And they believed that the words that were spoken during the placement of the band, symbolizing completion, perfection, and eternity, that those words would resonate over and over again like the circumference of the band itself and move to the heart and soul and give the receiver the biggest promise you could ever make. The promise to spend a lifetime together as husband and wife. And the rings I have behind you, I'd like to ask you to just unfold your own ring that you're going to give to the other. Although you will each wear only one of these rings belong essentially to you both. They are meant to serve as a physical reminder of the feelings that you have in your hearts at this very moment. And they are a symbol of the promise that yours will be a long-lasting love. As you look to your hand and the wedding band over the years, it will speak softly of the great gift you have been given in one another. It will also be a reminder of the vow to grow with one another, that you have someone to face the challenges of life with, and someone who loves you more than anyone else in the world. Never again do you walk alone, for your love shall be with you always. Duane and Sharon, you have made a very serious and important decision in choosing to marry each other today. You are entering into a sacred covenant as life partners. The quality of your marriage will reflect what you put into nurturing this relationship. You have the opportunity to go forward from this day to create a faithful, kind, and tender relationship. We bless you this day. All of us here do. It is up to you to keep the blessings flowing each and every day of your lives together. We wish you the wisdom, compassion, and constancy to create a peaceful sanctuary in which you can both grow in love. I invite you now to place the rings as you affirm your pledge to each other. Duane, first, if you would place your ring on Sharon's ring finger. And you can continue holding her hand. Yeah. And repeat after me if you would. Sharon, today begins our lives together.
Sharon, today begins our lives together.
I promise before our families and friends to be your faithful husband.
I promise
before our families and friends
to
be your faithful husband. I choose to live with you as your lover.
I choose to live with you as my lover.
Companion and friend.
Companion and friend.
Loving you when life is peaceful and when it is painful.
Loving you when life is peaceful and when it is painful.
During our successes and during our failures.
During our successes and during our failures.
Supported by your strengths and accepting your weaknesses.
Supported by your strengths and
accepting your weaknesses.
Accepting your weaknesses.
I will honor your goals and dreams.
I will honor your goals and dreams.
Trying always to encourage their fulfillment.
Trying to always encourage their fulfillment.
I will strive to be honest and open with you.
I will strive to be honest and open with you.
Sharing my thoughts.
Sharing my thoughts.
And my life.
And my life.
With you.
With you.
I promise to love and cherish you from this day forward.
I promise to love and cherish you from this day forward.
And Sharon, you may place Duane's ring and grab the microphone.
Do a little better job.
Duane,
Duane,
today we begin our lives together.
today we begin our lives together.
I promise before our families and our friends
I promise before our families and friends
to be your faithful wife.
to be your faithful wife.
I choose to live with you as your lover,
I choose to live with you as your lover,
companion, and friend,
companion, and friend,
loving you when life is peaceful and when it is painful,
loving you when life is peaceful and when it is painful,
during our successes and during our failures,
during our successes and during our failures,
supported by your strengths and accepting your weaknesses, supported by your strengths
supported by your strength
and accepting your weaknesses.
and accepting your weaknesses.
I will honor your goals and dreams,
I will honor your goals and dreams,
trying always to encourage their fulfillment.
trying always to encourage their fulfillment.
I will strive to be honest and open with you,
I will strive to be open and honest with you,
sharing my thoughts and my life with you.
sharing my thoughts and my life with you.
I promise to love and cherish you from this day forward.
I promise to love and cherish you from this day forward.
Duane, please repeat after me.
I do take you, Sharon, as my lawfully wedded wife.
I take you, Duane, as my lawfully wedded husband.
Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In the art of marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you. It is at no time taking the other for granted. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together facing the world. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is not expecting perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having a capacity to forgive and forget. It is establishing a relationship in which the independence is equal, the dependence is mutual, and the obligation is reciprocal. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not marrying the right partner. It is being the right partner. It is discovering that your love for one another at its best will never lose sight of or be blotted out by the commonplace experiences of life. And it is remembering that remaining devoted, confident, and hopeful in one another are the secret ingredients which will help you to remain two very happy people, richer for your oneness. Because Sharon and Duane have desired each other in marriage and have witnessed this before us and our gathering, affirming their acceptance of the responsibilities of such a union and have pledged their love and faith to each other, sealing their intentions in the giving and receiving of rings, I do proclaim that they are husband and wife. Let all people here and everywhere recognize and respect this union, now and forever. I invite you now to bow your head for a moment and to join with me as we bestow our blessing on this new couple. As you enter into the little world that you have promised to make brighter for each other, may that which harnesses the waves and hangs the sun out in the sky and puts the song in the birds especially bless you and make your marriage a good and happy one. Love is indeed a many-splendored thing. When it is given and returned, it enriches both the lover and the beloved. And as long as two people love each other, nothing in this world is too difficult or too impossible. For wanting to do something for the one you love takes all the burden out of it, and the roughest way becomes smooth when you can travel it hand in hand. And before we get to the part that we're all waiting for, I just have one parting message for all of us. And it's from Sister Joan, and I can never say her word, Chittister, who wrote a book called There Is a Season. And this particular passage is called A Time to Laugh. And I think these are good marriage words and good living words. Number one, laugh when people tell a joke. Otherwise, you might make them feel bad. 2, laugh when you look in a mirror. Otherwise, you might feel bad. Laugh when you make a mistake. If you don't, you're liable to forget how ultimately unimportant the whole thing really is, whatever it is. Number 4, laugh with small children. They laugh at mashed bananas on their faces, mud in the hair, a dog nuzzling in their ears, the sight of the bottoms as bare as silk. It renews your perspective. Clearly, nothing is as bad as it could be. Laugh at situations that are out of your control. When the best man comes to the altar without the wedding ring, laugh. When the dog jumps through the window screen at the dinner with guests on your doorstep, sit down and laugh a while. When you find yourself in public in mismatched shoes, laugh as loudly as you can. Why collapse in mortal agony? There's nothing you can do to change things right now, and besides, it is funny. Number 7, laugh at anything pompous, at anything that needs to puff its way through life in robes and titles. Will Rogers laughed all the time at public institutions of life. For instance, he wrote, "You can't say civilizations aren't advancing. In every war, they kill you in a new way." And 8, finally, laugh when all your carefully laid plans get changed, when the plane is late, when the restaurant is closed, and the last day's screening of the movie of the year, yesterday. You're now free. You're now free to do something else, to be spontaneous, to take a piece of life and treat it with outrageous abandon. Duane and Sharon, are you ready? It is now my privilege to introduce you in marriage for the first time. You may share your first kiss with us.